Hey everybody! This week, it's Wrestlemania weekend. You know how that goes. But I'm gonna get you guys two videos this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and do week 1 and week 2 of February. And let's get started with Superstars. I hope I didn't really get much feedback, but I hope you all enjoyed what we did with the Rumble and going forward, how we're gonna be building to British Bulldog versus Mankind. I still have not decided yet on who the winner of that match is going to be at WrestleMania, but we'll see how that goes. I do need to get some more heel tag teams going, so I think I'm going to start Raven up, start having him build up with somebody to kind of start building the flock there. Tagging with Bam and Bigelow to try and get this going. We'll build Raven up through Bam Bam. Since Bam Bam, he's already kind of older. I did bring him in, but I was always going to use him as enhancement. So we'll go ahead and use him to enhance Raven, actually. So we'll get Raven over by using Bam Bam Bigelow. And hopefully this will work out that Raven will shoot up the card as the leader of the flock. This is just kind of a test match to get that going. Our main event for Superstars tonight will be... Let's see here. I think we're going to do... Sorry, it's been actually a couple weeks since I mainly play on this mod. I have a save going with William Regal and a creative company. I just hit January of 2000. We're just short of Colt right now. I got a TV show. I did mod the TV networks a little bit so I could get a TV show a little bit earlier. But we're probably about 6 months away from hitting Colt status in England. So my goal is I call it the bottom top. I started with 000, and I've been building that slowly with Regal as my user character, and we'll see how that goes. So our main event, as you see, is going to be Shane Douglas versus Goldust. I think I mentioned in the last video that I had a plan for that for Goldust, but I'm going to go and see how this goes. Actually, I think that they actually can play really well off each other, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. There's Shamrock in a match. Just have him squash Norman Smiley. Eventually, I'm hoping Norman Smiley will pick up. I do like him. He's a really good hand that I have in my other save I was just talking about. I use him in the upper mid card now that I'm higher up. He was originally a main eventer, but he's moved down a bit. I kind of use him as a jobber to the stars and then help him build up younger talent. So he's been a really good asset to me in that save. So all right, so we're gonna have Rocky in our semi-main event, and we'll have him go against. I'll throw him in there. That was Crush. I'll throw him in there with Regal. Speaking of, and then see how Rock's going to win. Regal will be a player just like Rock will eventually. But right now I'm going to go ahead and have Rocky win that. And then time for a main event. So I'm going to do one episode today, and then I'm going to try to get another episode out tomorrow. Like I said, I did miss last week with everything, WrestleMania week being the biggest week. I kind of took a break and just decided I was going to take in WrestleMania. Mainly Hall of Fame was great. Sting, my favorite wrestler of all time. Guy that made me want to join the business in the first place when I was wrestling. So I'm glad to see him not only get inducted, but kind of call it a career. It was time, and so I'm excited for that. I really enjoyed I think this was probably one of the better Hall of Fames. It wasn't a whole lot of rambling. The guys that did ramble, they're like the Freebirds. Like they were telling good stories. It wasn't like rambling like a few other people have done in the past. It was good stuff, and so I enjoyed it. NXT probably did the best show of the three, as always. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn was probably the best match of the night, and I was happy that they were able to do that. Coming out with AJ Styles as the number one contender, what's that about? Like, how awesome is that? That AJ Styles is our number one contender to go against Roman Reigns. Whether you love Roman Reigns or you hate Roman Reigns or you're indifferent, putting him in there with guys like Cesaro, Style, Owens, if that's going to be our number one contender feud going forward, he's going to be in there with guys that are actually going to be able to help him and make him look good, and hopefully he'll learn a thing or two through that, and hopefully our main events they'll help bring up that level of main events. So I'm looking forward to Styles. I'm pretty sure we all know that Styles isn't going to win, but the match itself will be good. Just Styles will be able to bring him and hopefully carry him to a pretty good match. So I'm looking forward to that. So we're just slowly booking up superstars right now. I'm sorry, Raw actually is what we're booking right now. We're booking up Raw right now, and Pillman will be in there. Um, Actually going to give him help. I mean, they're not going to go over, but I'm going to have him face off against a few guys here. A mid card guy, William Regal. I'm trying to get Regal over. He's not winning as much as I'd like him to, but I'm trying to get him over by just getting out there, and we'll start him to win soon here. But right now we're just trying to get his name out there a bit as just a great wrestler. Hopefully, there is a bit of a property in the game where, for those of you that don't know, you can gain some pop by losing. I mean, of course, it's not always guaranteed, and you're gonna lose more than you're gonna gain in the long term. But you can actually gain some popularity and some momentum from just having good matches. So that's usually how your guys, like, you'll see, like, enhancement talent, jobbers, guys like that will start getting pop just by losing. So you can lose your way up the card to a point, but you go any further than that, it's just not going to work. So, and this is where we're going to start seeing. I want to start pushing the craziness of Mankind, of course, and so we're going to go ahead and have him really take out British Bulldog. I just got to find the right angle that I want to do. That's always when you don't do an angle that you normally would use, you have to go out and find it, right? So let me see here what I'm looking for. That's it right there. So this is actually going to end up getting moved to the after the main event. But I want to see, does he want to powerbomb off or through? Let's go through. I think this is actually will be what I wanted to book with this, and the reason I'm doing this, and this isn't totally what Bret Hart would do. It's a little bit too much action for, like, stuntman action type, but I think this will be really good. Brings a viciousness to Mankind that he doesn't have already, and I think going forward is what we're going to have to showcase really to get him over and ready for this main event. So we got Austin as a heel. I've used up those guys, so let's get Rock in. It's a little bit early for a Rock Austin match, but this is a very different Rock and Austin that we would get later on in a couple of years. So it's going to be a kind of one-off. We'll make sure they have good chemistry for future reference, and that'll be good to go. So let me see here. So there we go. Okay, so I want to make sure that we who my heels were there, and then we'll just do a short match between Michaels and Sid. Michaels winning, of course. Sid's on his way out the door. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna keep him around. He's not worth the hassle. And then for our main event, let's do this. So we're gonna do Bret Hart, British Bulldog versus Mankind and Vader, and this will be our main event. And we'll move that angle that I put in with Mankind powerbombing Bulldog to the stage. We're gonna move that to the right after this, and then we'll be good to go. Slow bid, open match, and then this goes to the front. So basically, we have British Bulldog winning the match, and then Mankind's gonna attack him post match and put him to the stage. This will keep Bulldog off TV for a little bit, and give us a different angle going forward for a pay-per-view besides Mankind versus British Bulldog in some form. We'll do something else with that. So British Bulldog again hypes the matchup. Sorry, I'm not going through what I normally do. I totally forgot to do that. No improvements here. Pillman was penalized for hard drugs, and they both were holding back slightly. Let's see, no improvements. Just holding back slightly. That's the standard TV. No improvements. So we did get 79. There is no bad chemistry, so we're good for the future on that. And Psycho Sid, no stamina, chemistry. I keep forgetting to do that. And Michaels had the drinking habit kick up. 93 for our main events. No improvements. Everyone held back slightly, and an 81 for our final angle here. All right, so that was Raw for week 1 February. I'll have this week 2 up hopefully next week. We did increase our popularity in 28 regions, so that's good. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.